This Icon podcast is hosted and sponsored by Sphere Rocket Virtual Assistants, a leading provider for your virtual assistants and outsourcing needs. Owned by one of the top-ranking EXP agents, Justin Nelson. Sphere Rocket VA provides a one-stop virtual staffing solution for business owners, and we specialize in helping business owners grow their business by leveraging through virtual assistants. Trusted by the top names in the real estate industry like Kyle Whistle, Andrew Franklin, John Kitchens, and many more. Get ready to up your success and we'll help you achieve your business goals. Book your free consultation at sphererocketva.com and find out how we can make your life easier.
What's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Icon podcast. I am your host, Gianna. Today we have the opportunity of talking to Kevin Cooper. Thank you for your time today, Kevin. Welcome to the show.
I'm glad to be here.
Awesome. So, Kevin, take us back to the beginning. Who are you? Where are you from? How did you grow up to be a real estate agent?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I'm working at Elk Grove, California, which is right by Sacramento. Born and raised. I lived most of my life here. Went off to college in New York for a little while and finished up at UC Davis. Been here, was a manager at UPS for 17 years. And then I left that career and went into real estate. I remember making that move for me was a challenge in so much as it was fear-based. I had a good six-figure salary. People thought I was nuts for leaving. I came on over. I just made sure I worked as hard for myself as I did for UPS, which is a great company. And I found out I made a lot more money. And so it was just a life change. I came to that crossroads where the company wanted to promote me and relocate me, and I didn't want to be relocated because I was a newly single, that's AKA divorced dad with a 4-year-old daughter, and I wasn't leaving her. So after turning down 2 promotions, I went from the penthouse to the poop house, and hey, guess what? Real estate, here I come.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, crazy backgrounds that always end up coming to real estate. And I'm always surprised to hear the background stories of where y'all have come from and how you've gotten here. And obviously it's paid off, Kevin, because you're a top producer with EXP. So that's great. So tell me, how did you come across EXP? Was it your first brokerage?
No. So I actually started with Prudential, then Coldwell Banker, my own company, and then Keller Williams for 9 years. And so the first time I saw EXP, foolish me, I thought it sounded too good to be true. Mm-hmm. And I let some time go by, about a year and a half. And then I looked at it again. I was getting ready to join another company. I thought, let me just go back and talk to the folks at EXP. And it's like, what did I not see the first time? And the only difference was my mind was closed the first time and open the second time. And there was no witchcraft or voodoo or something like that. It was just like, it just made so much business sense, the model. And I had to jump all over it and never regret it. And like I say, like so many of us who've come to EXP, the only regret is I wish I had done it sooner.
I hear that almost every episode. I wish I would have done it sooner. So Kevin, now that you're over here, obviously there's a lot of benefits to EXP: stock options, rev share, collaboration, online community. So what's your favorite part about being with EXP, or maybe something you didn't expect about the brokerage? Tell me what keeps you excited to be here.
I'd say more than anything, the collaboration. It's a rising tide floats all ships, right? And I think the agents here are so high-minded that they're not just greedy and only want money. They will help anybody, anytime. You can call people up. I'll call it up the food chain. People who have businesses that are massive that do not have to work another day in their life. And they'll take your call and they'll actually help you. And if you're trying to attract somebody, or if you just have a business question, they'll take your call and they'll help you. And that culture, hands down, I've been with some really good companies, but I've never seen a culture like that. And to me, that was most impressive.
Absolutely. I love that. And you're right. It's a culture, it's a community, and that's a huge thing that stands out about EXP. And Kevin, before we dive into all things Icon, let's talk about your work-life balance. You said you're a dad and you're a top producing real estate agent, and there's a lot that goes into balancing it all. So what's your secret? How do you draw the line between work and play and stay charged as a top producing agent, but also a dad and a friend and all the other things that come along with it?
Well, I think the one thing you left out was the granddad.
There you go.
Yeah. And so, you get to different seasons of your life. I worked my tail off for years to get to where we're at. And we've made some good decisions. We made some bad decisions too, but the good decisions outweighed the bad decisions. And we're in a position where, I mean, honestly, I don't have to go to work every day. I don't have to go to work at all if I don't. So it's kind of nice that I feel like now I'm working for my legacy. And
Mhm.
so, in order to find that balance, my wife, we have she always wanted a beach home. So I bought her a beach home. Thank you, EXP. And so she has a beach home that we go to at least 1 week a month, every single month. And
Awesome.
then we also travel pretty extensively. So we try to keep that balance. And when we're down there, she loves to look at the ocean and, work on her tan. I don't really need to work on my tan. And I love the ocean, but I'm not going to look at it for more than 5 minutes. So I
I
go
love the
ahead and I
ocean
just bought
too.
a motorcycle to just ride around and explore all over. So I have a bunch of motorcycles and cars, and that's just kind of my balance comes here. I reset myself by hopping on a motorcycle and riding to the top of a hill where nobody can find me, and I don't have cell reception. And the only way I'm getting out is by life flight.
I love that. I saw Top Gun 2 a couple weeks ago and I was like, do I need a motorcycle? Maybe. Like,
It's it's so fun, and I tell people you gotta be careful, of course, but
of
there's just
course.
nothing like it. When you're on a motorcycle, you're in touch with the environment. You feel if you pass through a meadow, there's a temperature change. It smells a certain way. If you pass under an underpass, there's a temperature change. So feeling the temperature changes, the smells, the sounds, and most importantly, bumper to bumper traffic, at least in California, means nothing on a motorcycle because it's legal to split the lanes. You just ride right down the center lane and pass everybody. Completely legal. Don't go to jail.
Wow. Okay. Kevin, quit talking to me about motorcycles because I'm gonna leave work early and go get myself one. That's really cool. Fun hobbies, and EXP's opened a lot of opportunities for you and the family to really enjoy, all things life has to offer, which is really exciting. And so, Kevin, let's talk production in your area. You're in California, so what's the average housing price look like for you? And how many homes do you have to sell to be able to cap?
Yeah, so the average home price for us is $600,000. So you have to
Okay.
sell about five and a half, six houses to cap on average.
Okay.
Yeah, on average.
Okay, awesome. And then beyond, hitting that cap, and then obviously the 20 transactions after, you also have a cultural commitment in order to become a icon agent. So you can be a mentor, you can be on icon panels. There's lots you can do. So what is your cultural commitment, Kevin? Why do you opt to go with that?
Well, the mentor is just really near and dear to my heart. I'm a teacher at heart, so I love that. Also, I love being a panelist. Sitting there and just sharing information with agents. Those are probably two of the ones that I like the most. Also, go on EXP University and teach a class. I haven't done that yet, but I have one coming up.
Absolutely. Yeah, that teaching is fun. And I really like the fact that EXP encourages the icon agents to teach because that's the best of the company, putting out content. And I just think that's been an awesome staple to ask the icon agents to do, because it's not mandatory that you guys do that. But if you want your full cap back in stock, that's part of it. And I think that that's a great incentive for both you guys and a great benefit to everybody, who looks up to the icon agents. So, Kevin, my last question about being an icon agent, specifically concerning your experience with it, is, what is your favorite part about it? Because you get that cap back in stock, opportunity to go to EXPCon and shareholders, and a big glass shiny trophy. There's a lot that goes into it. So, Kevin, what is your favorite part? Why do you continue to strive to be an icon agent year after year?
Well, I think that, I mean, the financial, make no mistake about it, the company's effectively paying you to be here. I think that's brilliant, and the fact that the stock has to be vested, so it's a great retention device. Getting more contribution, because before, now you have to work. I call it work a little harder, meaning give a little bit more contribution to get it, which I think is a wonderful thing. But the trophy is always a nice thing. Just the whole package of icon. It's funny. I didn't realize the different levels of icon, whether you're a double diamond, a diamond, or something like that. And so I just sell and didn't know any better. And people was like, "You're a double diamond?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh, I guess I'm pretty cool."
Mm-hmm.
So I just, you just don't know, because obviously we're blessed to be in a point in a part of town, in a part of the country where the average sales price is high. I mean, it's not San Francisco or LA, but it's sure not maybe someplace in the middle of nowhere with a smaller price. So we're fortunate. I don't take that for granted at all, and I'm very, very pleased to do that.
I love that. So, Kevin, if somebody were to come up to you and they're like, "Hey, Kevin, I just came over to EXP. Maybe they're a new agent, maybe they've been in the game for a while, just switched brokerages, and they've got their eyes on the prize. They want to icon in their first year. Obviously that's a big goal. Is that possible to icon in your first year with EXP? What are some goals they need to be setting out on, or some big mistakes to avoid to be able to achieve that?"
Well, I think depending whether it's a new agent or not, but my first year in real estate, I sold 43 homes. So,
Mhm.
it's absolutely possible, but it's the hard work. It's just be aware on the internet, everybody wants to sell you something, a magic potion that for only $5.99, you're going to sell 1,000 houses, right? And
Right.
so, like I say, there's a saying, a fool and his money will soon part. Be very careful. The hard work and the consistency is what will make you successful in this business. Those people that already know, like, and trust you are the ones you should be talking to. So you have your Mets and your haven't Mets. So your Mets are all those people that are in your database and know you and actually think Kevin's a decent guy, not a dirty rat. And then you get all the other people who, let's just say, don't know you. I mean, it's just like a random call, right? So you can spend a lot of money trying to track that business or to retain the business you already have. And I think there's a saying, and it's not what you do occasionally, it's what you do consistently that will manifest your destiny. And I'll say that again. It's not what you do occasionally, but what you do consistently that will manifest your destiny. Picking up the phone, doing the boring, not sexy, just going about your business, the grind, if you will. That's what's going to get you to icon and beyond. And then as you get your systems and processes in place, you'll learn the art of leverage, and you'll be able to leverage other people's efforts and processes to make it easier. And so I've been able to maintain a certain income level, but my hours that I directly put in the business are literally 50% now.
That's awesome. That's really cool, Kevin. And I like what you said about consistency. That's a key component. Lean into your mentors, hold yourself accountable. It's a tough goal, but it's definitely attainable and it's worth it. It literally pays to be an icon agent. And Kevin, when you were first introduced to EXP, were you ever skeptical of it? Right? Like, it's a pyramid scheme, it's a cult, it's too good to be true. What was your
A
thought process on it?
100%, and that's why I didn't come for almost 2 years. And again, to all of you, don't make that same mistake. That was a huge mistake because I wasn't open-minded. I thought it was a pyramid. I thought it was this. I thought it was that. What I didn't realize was just how brilliant Glenn Sanford is. Glenn is a freaking amazing man, a very humble man. And what I like about him in his thought process is he took a company that he came from and kind of, by my opinion, took all the things he liked and left all the things he didn't, right? And he created this company with a vision of what it is now and the direction it's going, and the fact that we can participate in his vision, and his vision is alignment with my vision, and his vision is helping my family grow and my family legacy. That's amazing.
And like, yeah, like you touched on a little bit earlier about retention, it's a brokerage for agents by agents, and what better way to keep retention than giving your agents a piece of the pie of this rapidly growing company. We're over probably 84,000 agents now.
Yep.
That's crazy. That's incredible. And so, Kevin, say for example, somebody's watching right now and they see the greener grass, but they're nervous to make the jump. They don't know, they
I
don't
got
know
the fix
how
for
to
you.
break up their broker, and what would you say to them to get them to make the move?
That's a great question. If you're doing well, especially in real estate, everybody in real estate thinks they're like LeBron James, right? And make no mistake about it, you can go to any real estate company in town, and if you're producing, they'll all roll out the red carpet for you. So let's just say if you think this EXP thing is just too good to be true, give it a try. Worst come to worst, your company will take you back and they might give you more money, right? But what I suspect you're going to find is you're going to say, oh my God, what a fool I was. Why didn't I come over faster? And this really is as good as it sounds, because while we may not be in the same office every single day at the same water cooler, which is probably not the best place to do business anyhow, we are on calls all the time. There's more training available than any place I've ever been. Live training, recorded training. It's absolutely amazing. In fact, you just have to be careful. There's so much training. You got to remember, I'm supposed to sell houses too, right? But it's whatever you need. If you need motivation, there's a class for that, or a workshop for that. If you need the technical part of the business, there's something for that. Whatever it is that you need, you go to that buffet, the proverbial buffet. Take the things that you like, leave the things that you don't, and just grow your business in that fashion. And if there's someone that you want to model yourself after, I promise you there's somebody here that's doing something amazing that you can model yourself after, and they're more than willing to help share and help you get where you want. So really the only thing that'll keep you from success is you.
Right. I love that. That's great. And if you guys have questions about coming over to EXP, reach out to Kevin. That's the cool thing about our community here. Even if you're not with EXP yet, reach out, ask your questions, do your due diligence, be suspicious. That's fine. But just, come to the people that know EXP, come to the people that take advantage of its resources and really love the people that they work with, because they will have all the right answers for you. And Kevin is one of them. The Icon agents here are the top 2-3% out of 84,000 agents. So they have a little bit of an idea what's going on here. They know how to use the brokerage to their advantage while also being great elite status and representatives of the brokerage. And Kevin, do you have anything that you want to leave the listeners with as we start to wrap it up today?
I really do. There's one thing it just kind of hit me just now.
Sure.
I spent 17 years at another company as a high-level manager. I came to EXP, and within a year and a half, so not quite 2 years, the amount of money that I receive is triple my retirement. What I receive in my revenue share on a monthly basis is triple my retirement for my former company after 17 years. And I was able to hit that in just about a year and a half, not quite 2 years. So if you stop and think about that, it's just like, wow, the opportunity there. We always talk about, you talk about Robert Kiyosaki, and he has a cash flow quadrant, and that investment quadrant is the one we want to get to. We're in that quadrant. We're also running our business. Some of us are self-employed, but we're all in the investment quadrant. As soon as EXP gives you that first share of stock, guess what? You're in the investment quadrant. And there's just other ways you can get those multiple streams of revenue. As we've always heard, and it's so cliche, but it's not cliche. It's a way of life here at EXP. Is we all have multiple streams of revenue. And thank you so much, Glenn. He's a monster. I love him.
That's right. And that's awesome. And that multiple streams of revenue adds up to a beach house, adds up to, a lot of fun with the grandkids, adds up to motorcycles, it adds up to a steady business model. And, you got to get in here, you got to do the work, but come to a brokerage that supports those dreams and that lifestyle. And Kevin, are you going to be at EXPCon in October?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, I will be hunting you down there and saying hello and catching up on, what's changed in the last month since we talked on the Icon podcast. But thank you so much for your time today. It was a pleasure getting to share your story.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Talk to you soon, Kevin. Bye.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
This Icon podcast is hosted and sponsored by Sphere Rocket Virtual Assistants, a leading provider for your virtual assistants and outsourcing needs. Owned by one of the top-ranking EXP agents, Justin Nelson. Sphere Rocket VA provides a one-stop virtual staffing solution for business owners, and we specialize in helping business owners grow their business by leveraging through virtual assistants. Trusted by the top names in the real estate industry like Kyle Whistle, Andrew Franklin, John Kitchens, and many more. Get ready to up your success, and we'll help you achieve your business goals. Book your free consultation at SphereRocketVA.com and find out how we can make your life easier.